It is our pleasure to be joined by the three-time National Coach of the Year and the longtime head coach of Creighton volleyball, Kirsten Bernthal Booth. Kirsten, thank you so much for stopping by.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here.
Well, first of all, congratulations on your new extension with Creighton. I know the Blue Jays are thrilled to have you for the long term. How do you feel about getting the opportunity to stay and continue building this program?
Well, you know, it's crazy that I was 27 when I arrived and I'm approaching 50 now. So this is home to me. And you know, I always say I want to coach until I stop feeling like I'm making an impact, or the players say it's time to go. And you know, I'm thrilled to be at a place that I care so much about, and most importantly, with just, I think, incredible young women that you know, inspire me to try to be better every day.
Now, you return not only Nora Sis, Kendra Waite, Ava Martin, but you also add two mega transfers that you got this offseason. Elise Getzinger, middle blocker from Kentucky, national champion, and then also Maddie Bilanovic, 4 years at Penn State, 4 NCAA tournament berths. What do they bring to the table for your group?
Well, I think they bring some experience. You know, Elise, you know, you talked about her winning a national championship. So what she brings into the gym is she'll say, "You guys, we can do this. Like, I know what it takes. I know what the physicality looks like." And I think our players talk that way, but having someone that's kind of been through it, and she's a very good player. She's a high energy kid. We're really excited about her. And then Maddie, coming from Penn State, a perennial power. She's a DS libero. You know, I love her competitive spirit. Like, she's got a total edge in a good way, not in a tear people down sort of way. But they both kind of bring a different energy that's new to our gym. I think, and I think our players really embraced it this spring.
Yeah, I mean, diamonds in the rough. These are not. I mean, to have 2 star transfers with this kind of experience wanting to come to Creighton, what does that say about where your program is at right now?
Yeah, you know, Elise played us every year of her career. We always played Kentucky, and I think we beat them 3 of 4 years. So I don't say that in a bad way, but I think she knew we were pretty good. Her former club teammate is Kiara Reinhardt, so that she had credibility to say, like, hey, what's the school like? And then Maddie from Penn State visited us. Creighton was one of her final 3 schools when she was coming out of high school. So she had some, you know, connection. So I think those got us in the door for the conversation. And then it was about them talking to the players and to the coaching staff and seeing if it was the right fit.
Can you feel that experience already in this gym, just the level between the veterans and the experience that your existing team had and adding those 2 in?
Well, I think the good thing is we have a lot of experience. We've got a lot of players that have had great success. You alluded to several of those names. So I think we had a confidence coming in, and then these players just added to it. I think the concern you have as a coach is, how is it going to mesh, right? Are your returners going to be welcoming to these guys? Are the newbies going to understand the steps on being connected to a team? And I think that's the part that was really great this spring, is our returners welcomed them with open arms. They were really receptive to new ideas, new challenges. And so I think that's the good thing, is that they all really like each other, because, you know, we hang our hat on culture in our program. And so not only picking great players, but picking great people is a really big piece to what we're trying to put together and the puzzle that we're putting together.
Well, you've released your schedule for this season, and once again, no shortage of challenges. I mean, Nebraska, Purdue, Kansas State, Louisville, you know, NC State, a program on the rise. The list goes on from there. USC. Does that speak to the confidence you have in this group that you've put together for this year?
Yeah, I think, you know, we've got lofty goals, and we need to play great teams. You know, the Big East is a very strong conference, but it's not the Big Ten conference. And we use that in recruiting. We say we're going to play that Big Ten schedule on the front end. So we're going to do it in a different order. But we need to go play a lot of top 15 programs. We need to go see how we match up. We need it for our players to see that, like, okay, we're really good, or not, right? But hopefully that we are. But we need it for our NCAA resume, you know, because we want to host. We want to, you know, be in that mix for regional, things along those lines. And then, you know, I think that's fun. If you are a competitor, you don't want to just go roll through everybody, or at least not the players that are coming to Creighton. Like, we want to be battle tested. We want to go after it. And we really lean into, you know, you play sports for those epic battles. You don't play for the team that you roll on top of. So we just kind of, we talk about that these are all resume builders. None of them are resume killers. And what I mean by that is none of them are bad teams. All of them enhance our resume for the NCAA tournament.
Taryn Kloth, in a few short weeks, she's going to become Creighton's first female Olympian. What does that mean, and how much pride do you have in her being able to go to Paris and represent Creighton in this way?
It is surreal, and I know it's surreal for her. Taryn is, this kid from South Dakota, never stepped on sand to play volleyball, decides on a flyer. I mean, I think her journey is interesting because, she wanted to play indoor after college, but she didn't want to go live abroad, and there just weren't opportunities. Now we have the Supernovas, Love's coming in next year, but just a few years ago that wasn't an option. So she decides, she's very academically focused. She decides to go to LSU to get her MBA, and then she's taking steps to understand the game, learn the rules, let alone play it. And then COVID hits, and she takes that year when most of us were just playing games with the family. She reshaped her body, learned the game at a whole new level, and now is number 2 in the world. I mean, it's really, and she's such a wonderful woman. I can't say enough good things about her as a person, and I hope not only Omaha gets on board, I hope the nation gets on board. I mean, they're fighting to be on the podium. I mean, it's a remarkable story.
And you're going to be in Paris for it all. I mean, obviously, other than volleyball, what's going to be your favorite part of seeing Paris?
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm going with my longtime assistant. I've had the same assistant coach, Angie Oxley-Barons, and she and I are going with a couple other people. Olympics is a bucket list, right? And, we were debating on going, and actually a friend of ours that also is going to go said, you need to go. Let's go. And I'm so glad we're going to take it in. I'm just excited to see it. We're getting there for opening ceremonies, take it in. I'm hoping we have finally secured tickets so that we can for sure watch Taryn, but I hope we'll get to go see some other. So if you have connections, you're NBC, help us out. We'd be happy to send things back to Omaha for you.
Yeah, a little
live from Paris, right?
That'd be great. You could be our correspondent.
Absolutely.
You're also the AVCA president this year and next because you're not busy enough. What are you hoping to accomplish over the next 2 years?
So the AVCA is the American Volleyball Coaches Association. So we represent all volleyball coaches, not just college. We represent high school, club, boys, beach. So there's a huge swath. There's some things that are really important for me. I don't know if I'll get them accomplished, but I'm trying to stir the pot. One is regarding youth volleyball. I think the club season is too long, and in fact, the nationals are going on until July 11th for 15-year-olds, and then they get into high school, and I think it starts in January. I'd like to see us end it maybe the end of May. I think there's lots of people that agree with that. It's just getting, a cycle that's gone for years and years to change. So that's a big thing that I'm trying to get conversation going on. I think it's better for the kids, their minds, their bodies. And then I think in the Division I level, Division I women's, we need to change how we're doing the recruiting process. Right now, we can offer a kid June 15th of their sophomore year, but they can't even visit a school at that time. So there's some things that when it went into play, the intentions were good, but it's not really playing out effectively. So that's another thing that's a big priority for me.
You went undefeated at home last year, the first time in program history. How important is it going to be to have Blue Jays fans behind you the same way they were last year to try to make that happen again, try to make your 13th straight NCAA tournament?
We have a loaded home schedule. We're playing 2 tournaments. Like you said, USC, NC State, Missouri, some really great programs are coming in that we're going to have to battle. DJ Sokol, when I got to Creighton, well before you were in Omaha, they were playing in a high school. So imagining that from then to the Civic Auditorium, which is now torn down, to our amazing facility. We now have one of the best home facilities and atmospheres, I think, in the country. And so our fans play a big role in our success. So, we want to pack it out. I always tell our marketing people, my goal is that they're scalping tickets on the sidewalk before the games. So we hope to create that again. And, we're so grateful for the amazing fans we have.
We won't have to scalp tickets for your first opportunity to see Creighton volleyball. That's the blue-white scrimmage on August 16th. Kirsten, thank you so much for stopping in.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks.